continue our journey through the villages of Samoa. There's stories of poverty and extreme need, and a nation still reeling after last year's devastating tsunami. Samoa is known as a warm and friendly nation. Yet this tiny country faces many challenges in trying to support its disabled people, overcoming centuries of judgment and ignorance.
I thought of myself that I'm hopeless because I have no feet, but in my heart, my mind is very strong.
Too many people living on the streets here are those living with mental illness, people lacking both money and support. Since last year's tsunami, many more people are in need, like the whānau we visit who tragically lost 13 family members.
It was so scary. I was shaking like hell.
I can't imagine.
I was so scared, thinking of the 29th of September. I don't think I can be able to face it again.
Culturally, many Samoans see disability as a curse.
There needs to be a lot of behaviour change. There needs to be a lot more advocacy work to get people to understand. There needs to be a lot more work on it from the different organisations, also starting from the government.
You don't need to travel far from the town centre of Apia to find people completely isolated. Akuso Lilo lives with his wife Tia and their 4 children in the village of Viaga. Once a fit, buffed professional boxer, Akuso now can't move from his bed. His limbs have been deformed by gout. It's an extremely painful inflammation of the joints, like arthritis. Common causes are poor diet and excessive weight gain.
I was a professor of the boxing, but I can't move because my legs and my fingers and my knees, it's very sore.
When Akuso was first disabled, his wife worked full-time. His loss of mobility was compounded by the fact Akuso could not support his family. He fell into a deep depression. An island agency, Women in Business, gave him the support and motivation to start an organic garden. Mum, Dad and the kids now produce eggs, vegetables and meat on the family plot and sell their produce at the markets in Apia. It's just enough to get by.
I know it's very hard to me to stand up and do some work outside.
Akuso shouts out orders from his bed while the kids do the hard yards.
They did some hard job for my kids and try to learn the way they do that job for me.
A wheelchair would make a massive difference to Akuso's life. But he's just one of 600 people in rural Samoa in need of one.
He missed a lot of things like playing with the kids because he can't walk, cooking food for the kids. He just sit on the bed and watching them cook the foods. He's trying to teach them how to run their life, how to cook food for the family, how to support the family. It's very hard for me because my husband is got the disabilities, he can't walk, and so all I need by that time, I need somebody to help me.
That's important for me.
It took Akuso a long time to realise he still had something to contribute. These days, he keeps his mind active with art. He uses his time to teach his kids Samoan history and legends.
From the story, Sina and her eel. Sina is a single one lady. She needs a friend. But one day, he went down to the ocean. You see, she tried to, but he saw the eel. This eel is not the real eel. It looks like an eel, but it's an evil. I know how to draw some arts, to write some pictures, and all this of Samoan cultures. But I'm a Matai too. I memorize all stories in Samoa. The eel said to Sina, "Shulami, cut my head and put down. That is the beginning, and the coconuts from the head of the eel, and the souvenir, Sina and her eel." It's very hard for me to hold pen, but I raise my hand up. I'm a winner man.
Samoa is a tough island to get around. Planning this trip, I had no idea how inaccessible some places would be. To get to our next location, I had to call on the strength of Tara, our translator, and Tai, our driver, to get into the house. I need some help here, I think. Tai? Catalina had told me she rarely leaves her home. Now I understand why. Nice to meet you.
I'm not happy. I'm happy that I have life, but for, going out, it's not too easy to go. I need someone to take me to where I want to go, even the church. It's too bad.
Catalina has lost both her legs to leprosy. It's a disease caused by bacteria. It mainly affects the peripheral nerves, resulting in lesions of the skin. It's a treatable disease, all but eradicated through most of the developed world. But in Samoa, superstition and the lack of accurate information means people don't access the free drugs and the disease is able to spread. Catalina caught the disease when she was a young girl.
I didn't know how I get it. But when one day I was doing the cooking for my family here, helping my mother, I was near the fire, the Samoan oven. So I was sitting there. I thought it's not very hot. I went to swim. When I came back, I feel cold, ma'lili, Yeah, I didn't, and my foot, this foot, I didn't feel it. It's a loss of sensation.
It was only 6 years ago that her legs were amputated.